Hey guys, welcome to Master Game in VR. We are going to be taking a look at a procedurally generated dungeon crawler today called Fadeholm. This is a game that was requested by the developers back in May, I believe. It was shortly after I had my shoulder surgery and I couldn't really do anything, so I said I'd take a look at it when I got back into doing videos. So trying to clear out that developer queue. This is a game that looks similar in vein to VR Dungeon Nights in that procedurally generated dungeon where you're crawling. You've got randomly generated monsters, randomly generated loot. I love me some loot. I don't know what kind of loot, if it's going to be like specific shield, sword, longsword, spear, or if it's going to be more Borderlands-esque. I'm personally hoping for more Borderlands Diablo style loot. That would be a lot of fun for me. The deeper you go, the better the loot. It can go up to 8 levels deep, depending on your settings, from what the Steam page says at least. Just a brief overview of what I think we're getting into. So it feels like a procedurally generated Diablo style hack and slash VR RPG. I'm kind of interested. I would love to see more of those done well. Hopefully Fadeholm is done well. As far as locomotion options, it looks like we have trackpad, teleport, arm swinger, and you can mix and match those. I don't know how that works, but we'll figure it out. Something to touch on. I think I already mentioned it looks very similar to VR Dungeon Night in setup. One kind of black mark is that the game released in May. The 1.1 update hit in June, and I haven't seen any updates since. This is a 2-man dev team, so it could be that updates are just slow to come because there's only 2 people working on the project. But bear that in mind with the rest of the review, is that if you buy into this early access title, it is $19.99 on Steam. If you buy into it, the early access title, it's only a 2-man dev team, and updates so far have been kind of slow. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the game. Okay, so here we are in Fadeholm. It is launching now. So you guys saw the loading screen. I got a 3D loading area. Not hearing any audio at the moment. So we just have forearms. Hands seem pretty accurate. Let's go ahead and figure out that audio issue. Okay, that's better. The Vive audio keeps trying to take over. In certain games, it just doesn't care that I've disabled the Vive audio. It re-enables it and starts outputting to that. Very frustrating, developers, very frustrating. Okay, so we have a book over here that's just constantly... What's this? So I've got my health. If I touch the trackpad here, I've got my health. So movement is on the left side here. It's kind of slow, but we can go. Hey, we can break the game already. Whee! Bye guys. Bye. This is a great start. I don't know if we're gonna die or not. It's pretty out there. I don't know why in a dungeon crawler we start in space. Doesn't look like I can move while falling. Let's check out the rest of the stuff that we have while we do this. I can click. Okay. Oh, hey, this is my character right here. This is pretty cool. If a little jumpy. Blunt slash thrust 0%. These must the resistances. I can say that word. Air, earth, fire, water, acid, cold, disease, electric, poison, magical, and mundane. Active effects, I have natural healing, 60 a minute. I have hunger. I'm getting hungry at 6.6 per minute. Okay. Endurance recovery, so stamina recovery is 60 per minute as well. Health, which we have here, but more in more detail, looks like we've got 100, 100, and 100. Crystalline, I have nothing. Experience, I am a noob. 16 strength, 18 dex, con, int, wisdom, and charisma. So very D&D of it right there. I am an acolyte of Initiate Opal. Okay, well, I'm also well below the map and have not hit a kill zone. So, oh, okay. So menu on the right controller, brings us into credits. Return to the spindle. All right, so that must be what that thing is up there. Options, avatar mode, hardcore. Okay, so we've got game ends when you run out of health, and that is all we have. Back. Audio, I don't think we need to dig with any of that, but there's the audio options. Tutorial we'll probably hit up. Game mode. Left bracer of insight, right bracer of insight. I am assuming that that is... Oh, we're not going to see that in here. Okay. Yeah, so we've got a bracer of insight on both if we so choose. I'm going to keep it on the right just because that's where it was to begin with. I have no real opinions whatsoever. Random seed. This is the procedural thing that I was talking about. I think that we can put in a manual seed at some point. Enable haptics. Haptics. Just for the game controllers, okay. So not for a vest or anything. Locomotion, we have left hand, dash, teleport, move in place, touchpad. Okay, right hand, dash, teleport, move in place, touchpad. I don't know what those mean. Global, stop on jump. Again, I have no idea what any of that means. Maybe we'll come back to it later, but there are your options. Come back here. What's this? I don't know what this button is. It's doing nothing. Getting some Z fighting on the O there. That's weird. So, hey, it is a quit button game. This is a quit button game. All right. Hey, it's the same options button no matter what you do. Let's go ahead and return to the spindle. Return to the spindle. Not working. So don't jump off the edge, guys, because you're screwed and have to quit game. Okay, so a quick quit game, and we're back. That guy's big and weird. It's not looking good at the moment. It's really not. Place an orb on the pedestal to open a portal to that location. Okay. Dimensional forge. Insert engram to modify. Okay. Padfoot or explorer. And then I don't know if this is what there or what. So grip to grab. Let's see if we've got inventory slots. I don't know what those are. I think those are inventory slots. I think the game said that there were 8 of them. Alright, Padfoot, inner text. I assume this is a name. Sure. Clear saved session, unlock, clear engram. Name. I don't know what I'm doing here. There's no explanation whatsoever. Selected engram, place it, place one of the statues on the pedestal behind me. That pedestal. Okay. Alright, so it's got an acolyte, which I'm going to put him back. Can I just reach in here and grab it? I can. Lost Soul. Lost Soul is not what I put on there. Alright, you know what, whatever. We're gonna stick it on there. I don't know what I did. Rotate to change mode. Explorer 1. Challenges or Explorer 1. Depth scale. I don't know what that means. Oh. Explorer 13. I have no idea what any of this is doing. There's no You know what? We need to do the tutorial. That's what we need. Options. Tutorial. Handle highlights. Text prompting. Okay, so there really isn't a tutorial. Alright. Touch, grab, use, jump. This is just... Okay, this isn't actually very helpful, and tutorial inventory. So you've got head, provide protection and magic abilities. Wearing some headgear will activate a HUD. Interesting. Shoulder, shields, container. Okay. And again, alright, there's an X there. There really isn't anything in here that's gonna help me with what I want. So I wanted to know what the hell this does. There's a challenge, so let's go challenge mode, I guess. Engage portal. There we go. Hey, there is a tutorial. Look at that shit. Lift lever to activate portal. Cool tutorial. We found one. This is just leaderboards for both local and online. Swipe across pages of the book to change the leaderboard displayed. I think it's just naturally doing that. Yeah, so we don't need to bother with that. Let's go into the big shiny Burning Crusade-like portal. That did nothing? Touch tutorial and pull trigger to enter the tutorial. Pulling trigger on both hands. Nothing. What am I doing? What am I doing, guys? That was weird. I don't walk through the portal. I touch the balls. They want me touching their balls. Alright, I guess. Press the menu button to open the options menu. I've already done this. Navigate to the tutorial menu and open and review the information of the controls. I've already done that. Options, tutorial, controls. When you're done reading the controls, open information on inventory. So you're just going to make me like go through this crap. Combat. Standard melee, cleaving, dual wield. Usable tactics. Allows the use of certain weapons to hit multiple targets per swing, typically available in large melee weapons, but other weapons can sometimes be used to cleave smaller targets. And apparently I can't quick it any of this stuff. Okay. Locked, cursed, non-weapon, whatever, bracer of insight, bot indicators. Item cannot be dropped or released. Okay, this is not super useful. Floating text. So we can change the floating text at some point, I think. Now that you get the tutorial data, close the menu button, touch the right touchpad and observe the information. I did this already. Boop, 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 boop. Yep. Arm swing movement. This is your fastest mode of travel. Press up on the right touchpad and swing your arms. It's not... Yeah, it's correct. Press right touchpad, use left or right, and swing your arms side to side. This is just running. I don't have that enabled. Okay, there we go. Backstep, press right touchpad down and swing your arms to move backwards. I'm just going to press the button. It seems to be moving it. Jumping, press the right touchpad, then squeeze the trigger to attempt to jump. Oh. Ooh. Where'd you go? Alright. Touch the potion and squeeze and release the controller. Right? Take the potion from your inventory. I just hold the potion to your hand and hold the potion up to your head and pull the trigger. I didn't want to use that. Place the potion back into one of your hip storage slots. Take note of the haptic feedback. This indicates that you are touching an inventory slot. Okay. Yeah, there's a very, very mild. Like, it'd be easy to miss in the middle of combat. Alright, pick up the sword. Here we go. Now we're getting into the fun stuff. It doesn't feel... Yeah, I guess that feels alright. Holding the sword away from your body, squeeze and hold the controller. Okay, so I guess that is how you release it so you don't accidentally hit it. That's nice. Place the sword in one of your shoulder slots. If you wish, you can look up over your shoulder to see that the item is currently there. Doesn't feel like it. I'm getting no haptic feedback. I don't see any over-the-shoulder slots. Okay, so it's more like over my head slots. Apparently that didn't work. Don't feel the haptics. Yeah, I don't know what he wants me to do, because I can't do it. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't see anything. Just me. Can I put it there? Is that going to work? No. Of course it's not going to work. And I can't see... Oh, here we go. Here we go. These look like slots. This is not over the shoulder. Wow. That's even pointing the wrong way. That's horrible. Okay. Pick up the torch. I got a torch. Squeeze the trigger to ignite the torch. Place the torch on your other shoulder slot. Note it remains lit, providing you a source of light. Okay. I just grab it by the blade. Okay, that's good. And we have a shield. Oh, wow, that's... There we go. That'll do. With my fingers sticking through it. Equip the shield by holding it over your other arm. Alright, so let's... Okay. What was it? Over your other arm until the shield highlight appears. With the highlight active, drop the shield. Okay. That's better-ish, I guess. Currently, you are only proficient enough to use the shield when it is equipped on your arm. Remove the shield for now. Alright. Pick up the bread with your right hand for now. Do not eat it. Touch. I'm very tempted to eat it just to see what happens. Touch the touchpad to activate the bracer of light. Press up on the touchpad. Pressing up on the touchpad. Let's move your left hand close to your right hand until a question mark appears on your BOI. Oh, there we go. Size, small, fresh, and oddly still warm. Okay, so we got a nice little... I wish that I didn't have to, like, molest it with my other hand. Look at it. Satchels can only be stored in your center waist slot. Take the satchel and place it onto your center waist slot. Okay, open the satchel, leave the satchel on your waist, touch it with your hand, and pull the trigger. The satchel can only hold potions and food items, while open items can be moved into and out of the satchel. Place one of your valid items into the satchel. Close the satchel. Grab another one of your valid items, hold it over your satchel until you see a smaller satchel appear. Drop the item into... God damn it. Where'd he go? Just leave me like that, jackass. So pressing both trackpads forward makes you run faster. Move to the top of the stairs, okay. Wanna practice jumping here? When holding the touchpad down, squeeze the trigger. Attempt to jump over the wall to the other staircase. 2 jump points, apparently. Alright, move over to the chest. Squeeze, hold the lid and swing it open. Don't be lazy, loot the bottom of the chest. Which way does it open? There are hinges over there. Hey, we got shiny shit. Hey, 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 hey. There's more shit in there. Apparently I can't. Apparently I can't put that in there. Why? I don't know why they would give me this shit if I can't use it. Right in there. Alright, that's all of the stuff. We need a sword. These slots here are not convenient at all. They need to be closer. They need to be adjustable. Especially these slots. These slots are horrible. Alright, so they already gave us a torch. I don't know why they'd give us another torch. This one doesn't seem to be going out anytime soon. And the satchel, we've already got a satchel, so... State of the Fade. Nothing there. What does this guy want? Swipe across. This font is ass. Especially the special, like, all capital words. It's just straight ass. It's horrible to read. Yeah, that looks like A-E-R-O-S instead of across. Swipe across the pages from left to right or right to left to turn them, or touch the page you wish to turn. Read the introduction to your bestiary. Introduction to Fadeholm. Swipe. Believed to be unknown to all other sentient beings in the multiverse, is a magical pocket dimension known to the inhabitants of the Spindle. This region is folded space, contains the last survivors of a race who call themselves the Fade. Why is my... Okay. Having issues with my Vive controllers. The bottom under here is not being tracked properly. So whenever the top goes out of view of the lighthouses, bad stuff happens. Like that. So that's not the game's fault, that is the controller's fault. Forced to seek refuge within the Spindle, the Fade utilized their mastery of magic and technology to construct a portal that would ensure nothing but a Fade could enter or exit the pocket dimension. This device, the Dimensional Forge, not only protects the Fade, but allowed them to travel to other dimensions. I don't know if I care to read all of this. Used to access after the initial creation, the Forge had sat cold for an eon, isolating the Fade from the multiverse. Over the generations, the Fade lost touch with their ancestral roots, forgetting much of their magical engineering and greatness. The Fade still... So it's... There's a lot of ghosting when I move on the text. I don't know if you guys are seeing it on the video, but it's almost like I get double vision on the words when I move my head from side to side, making it very, very hard to read. It's not everything, just the text in the books that seem to do this. The Fade still retains some fractured and diminished knowledge of their ancestors, memories of amazing civilizations, and even more wondrous worlds. Some Fade recall the skills from previous lives, while others seem to hold an affinity for the supernatural. I'm not reading all of this, sorry guys. You can see it, you can pause, you can read it. And, wow. This really looks cheap and low quality, and it looks like ass. I'm gonna straight up say it looks like ass. So far I'm not impressed. Sorry guys, but I know you're a two-man shop and you have to make concessions like this, but this just looks bad. State of the Fade. Wounded. Occurs while physical form is low on health. Hungry. While hungry. Endurance regeneration, comma. While hungry, comma. Endurance regeneration is greatly reduced. Otherwise, it sounds completely different. While hungry endurance regeneration, what? Full, yay! Keeping your hunger at bay will sate high while in... Keeping your hunger at bay and your sate high while in a dimensional thread is important to maintaining your physical form. Winded! When you are low on endurance, you'll become winded. Alright. He is over there now. Squeeze and hold the door handle, pull the door to open it, and return to the spindle. Well, what's up here? Why do we have all of these stairs and nothing up here? Oh, we got a thing over there. I want to know what the thing over there is, and why can't we get to it? Was it? Yeah. I can't jump that far. Can I jump down? Oh, I can jump 10 of 10. Oh, and I took damage, it looks like. Where's my thing? Maybe not. Maybe I just went, because I'm a pansy. Right. What did he say to hold? All I can teach you, return to the spindle. Well, I'm trying to. Here. Grip. Ah, there we go, grip. Okay, that was weird. Alright, so there's the tutorial out of the way. Let's go ahead and... We can't go to lower Fadeholm. So I guess we'll go to upper Fadeholm. We'll change the portal. And... There we go. Alright, so this is our first random dungeon. Infinite opal. That was a very sharp looking finger. So we've just got this weird wall of white here. And an invisible wall. Oh, we love invisible walls. Alright, well. There's a door. Here's a chest. So I'm feeling like it's going to be less like Borderlands loot and more just like... Oh, so that chest that we got was just... Hey, here's your starting gear. So, oh, you know what? I probably should have turned that on. Right. Get a sword. Get a satchel. Some bread in said satchel. And I guess we'll... Plus 2,587 monies. That I don't know where I can use the monies. But let's go ahead and enter Infinite Opal. That kind of... If that's a dungeon name or a seed name, kind of feels a little .hackish. I don't know if I can stealth or not, but I'm already hearing creepy crawly stuff in the other room. I like the size of the tunnels. A lot larger than VR Dungeon Nights, if I remember right. This looks like it is not on the floor. This dirt doesn't look like it is at the right elevation, and it's off-putting. Alright, so we got some nasties up there. Let's go get in with the nasties. Torchlight doesn't really seem like it is helping at all, to be honest. I would expect a fire over my shoulder to... You know what, I wonder... Yeah, I guess it is. It's not really shedding much illumination. I wonder if it has any damage value. Oh, hey! I want your sword. Okay, apparently I can't parry. Alright, waggle test. No. Waggling does not appear to be of any benefit. Alright. Alright, we got monies. There's a spider over there that didn't attack us, which is weird. I am pretty low on health. No, damn it! Stop it! I hope I didn't just lose everything that was in the... Oh! It's a shitty satchel. Alright, that was just hunger. What in the hell was that? That was weird as fuck. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna push it. No, shit! Oh. Bitch. I was managing my inventory. There's bread there, which I will come back for. Oh. Okay, we're gonna drop this. And we're gonna... So... Pressing trigger on magic items enables their effect. So we've got this really cool shiny sword and a flame thingy-majigger. Flame mace is what I meant to say. Alright, so let's... Why does it keep doing that? What is with this? I think that's +1 magic damage. Why can't they stick this in there? Okay, that's just weird. So, the idea is great. I think if they had more people, +25, what is that? If they had more people to work on this, it would probably be better. Like the design, maybe not the design. +25, is it? Oh, that's experience. That's a really piss poor XP icon. So I'm getting experience for bashing. And why is the sword seemingly better at doing this than the mace? Okay. So I'm getting experience for bashing barrels. It's a barrel bashing simulator. Alright, my health is full. It's that regeneration that I was given. I feel like I just want to keep bashing barrels. Oh! Hey! You're a mimic! Fuck you! Okay then, that was fun. Apparently there's food here I missed. The inventory slots definitely need work. Alright. Hearing all kinds of creepy crawly noises from everywhere, which is a little unsettling. And now we have to be wary of treasure too. What? Apparently I can just walk up on that and go over it. That was weird. That's a big ass rat. Apparently the game also features ROUSs. That felt like footsteps behind me. I'm hearing like a tap 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 out of my right ear. Damage 9, delay 5, speed 15. The spike mace has seen a great deal of use, but it's still in pretty decent condition. Heat seems to emanate in waves from this weapon. Nope. There you are. Okay. So, how do I get rid of this? There you go. So the sword no longer glows. Longsword has seen a good deal of use. Something odd about this weapon. Worn enchanted longsword +1. It seems like enchantments have a set number of uses, but no information telling you about the uses. Alright, I'm gonna leave the bread because I don't seem to be needing it. I need health. Oh, that looks bad. There are a lot of those motherfuckers over there. I need a health potion. That's what I need. No, it's that way's up. This provides much more light than the torch does. I thought it was another fucking mimic for a second there. Alright, that's... Don't need that, I don't need that. What is this? This appears to be water. Magic -3. A potion? I don't know what this is. Okay, can I... one dose will provide a minor increase to strength for a brief period of time. Older content should be discarded after a year. Okay, so we have a strength potion. God. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't think I need the bread. I still have plenty of bread. What is this? Worn enchanted spiked mace +2. Okay. So this one, we're going to be mace wielders from now on, apparently. It's very upsetting that I can't block. I guess I need a shield for that. Well, and by block I mean parry. Because I don't know how to words. Alright, so that's where we came from. One of these is where we came from. I didn't actually pick that. That sounded like a trap trigger activation. I'm completely lost now. I know I came through one of those, but I'm not sure which one. I figure we might as well head towards certain death. Come on, guys. This way. Oh, the fire's gone out. Shit. Ah! Alright. So I'm gonna drop that. Okay. we got a shield. Okay. Let's see how shields work. What is this? What is this? Shield! Shield! Right here, shield! Apparently shield doesn't do shit. Apparently shields don't do shit. So, I'm still gonna try it. I'm gonna try with the bigger one. But I'm not impressed. Not impressed at all. Oh, it's a bigger piece of bread. And down we go. Waiting for one of these statues to come alive. Well, fuck me! The fuck was that? What am I gonna do with all this gold? I just broke myself a random potion. In the end? No, not the end. We have to summon, apparently. I don't know how many levels there are to this. I don't know what I'm looking for to get out of here. Well, at least there's money. Oh, hey. I've got myself a new torch. No! God damn it, my new torch. Alright, here we go. Oh, fuck. Why is it not enchanted anymore? Why does it keep losing enchantment? I now have to wonder if that's a feature or a bug. Because I turned the enchantment off to preserve the enchantment. And the last time I put it down and picked it back up, it lost enchantment. So moral of the story is don't put down enchanted items, I think. Okay, here we go. You are... invigorating potion, increase physical endurance. Okay. You are that weak strength potion. I'm gonna go ahead and take a swig of you. And break you. Alright, what are you? You are a chaos potion. Take one dose when circumstances are dire. Effects are very, very unpredictable and include but not limited to increased strength, increased endurance, increased regeneration and healing, weakness, exhaustion, rapid breathing. Oh, okay. Bye-bye. What is this? Size, medium, location, arm, very old and barely usable tower shield. Decrepit tower shield of lesser elemental protection. No, I never did. Rusty tower shield. Rusty, that's good. Somebody needs a writer for this. A rusty tower shield in poor condition. There doesn't seem to be anything magical about this tower shield. Thank you. Gems, bread. Some bread. A whole bunch of that stuff. And we'll take a look at decrepit hammer. Oh, shitty damage. Barely usable hammer. Doesn't seem to be anything magical about this weapon. I was expecting more, to be honest. There it is. Oh, hey, the enchantment's back. So maybe just put it on your waist and then back again. Alright, so great big chest was not so awesome. I think there were enemies down the other way. I think I'm way out of the camera. Yeah, that's, I think, where we came from. At least there was collision there. I mean, that's something, right? Let's see if we can get this big-ass tower shield to do something. So it just randomly decides that it's not going to work anymore. Still taking damage, even with... Maybe... Okay, it looks like... It's got a shield icon, so maybe I'm not taking the full damage. We'll test that out next go around. Can't open those. I'm just gonna leave this stuff. Chest. Okay, so those are strength potions. What is this potion? Take one dose to increase physical endurance. When at or near exhaustion, acts much like a second wind. A common side effect is the need to consume more food. Okay, well, I don't really think that we need that. I'm going to take another one of those. I don't know where that shows up. Weakened strength. Weakened strength. Oh, fark. I think I've got one in here now. Ah. So dumb. So dumb. They seem to be common though. If I'm weakening my own strength when I use that, why is that a potion? I mean, if there were poisons in the game, I would understand it if I could rip my enchantment. Well, damn it. I left it on too long. I actually completely forgot I had it on. So it looks like there seems to be a functional mechanic and a not so functional mechanic to it. Looks like there was something over here. I can't wait for the Wii Gig pre-orders to go live. This cord is going to kill me. Alright, so I don't see anything over here. I hear something, but I don't see anything. Oh. So we've got inconsistent on the breakables too. Yeah. So it's not the weapon. It's just those bases over there. Not consistent. I was able to break bases earlier, but not now apparently. Okay, so we need to let them... Got full health. Alright, let's get one of you. Come on, buddy. Shuffle on over. We're gonna do some experimenting. Alright, so looks like my strength potion went away. Alright, hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Okay, so 9. We'll block down to 5. Okay. So there's a significant difference between blocked damage and not blocked damage. But it's not going to stop their attack. They're still going to hit you, you just have extra defense against it. Which is kind of dumb, especially with a tower shield like this. I feel like it should be doing damage back to them. But, whatever. Looks like we're coming to the end of this level. This is the invigorating potion. All those gems. More money that I don't know how we're gonna spend. It's over here. These. What is this weapon? Decrepit longsword. Goodbye, decrepit longsword. One more. You are a mimic. Why am I not surprised? Oh, hey, look! I got a headpiece. Oh no, it's just a. Damn it! I thought I got a headpiece. I can't open him up. Okay. Natural hunger. 32,000 crystalline, 10,000 experience even. Interesting. How many levels are there to this place? So I like the feel of this. I like the idea behind some of this. I just think that the execution was not quite there. That's sad. I think that's probably the case with a lot of small two-man teams. See, those I was able to break easily. There's plenty of crystalline in there. The super dark is interesting. I might just at some point let them kill me, because this is a challenge floor. So I don't know if the challenge floors end or not. So I just let something destroy me. I also think that dual wielding is probably superior to the sword and board since it doesn't block damage. I mean, it seemed to block less than 50%, unless they're just rounding. So I think it was 9. It hit me for 9, and it blocked down to 5. So I would say dual wielding is probably the better option. I'd like to see if there are bosses. I'd like to finish this and a lot of experience. Looks well geared. Killed the shit out of him. Okay. What? What? Ah. What? Okay. The fuck? Like I'm missing health or anything. Festering. Why am I festering? I guess it was one of the bad attacks. Something maybe a little bit more clear. Nobody told you to drop. And there's me deads. Alright. You failed to survive. Crushed by an undead. Warriors impacting rusty spiked mace. Exploring time, 25 minutes to deepest level 3. Crystalline collected, 36,000. Monsters defeated, 24. Items discovered, 25. Total score, 7,808. I am, wow, in 4th place. Sure. Special Eddie McDickelson. Alrighty, Steam Leaderboard, Infinite Opal. Interesting. So Infinite Opal does seem to be the name of the dungeon. Let's see. Local leaderboard. Lost Soul. I don't know why my name is Lost Soul, but okay. Local leaderboard scores across all seeds. So Lost Opal appears to be the seed. Feels a lot like a .hack in its naming convention. That portal we actually get to walk through. So we might just call it quits here because I think that's pretty much everything. We can go back to another portal. I don't see whether or not that tells me which seed we're going to go into. I don't know why these are here. These are not clear. These might be different save games. But yeah, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. The tutorial is pretty meh. I would really like to be able to walk through this here instead of just coming and clicking a trigger on that. I mean, if we only had a wheelbarrow, that would be something. So the dungeon names are fairly weird. The gold seems to not have any meaning whatsoever. It's more, you've earned this number of points, as opposed to anything meaningful. Yeah, so my crystalline is reset, my experience is reset. So you're starting from 0 each time. The more you find, the more you loot, the more you kill, the better your score, the higher you are on the leaderboard. But there doesn't appear to be anything persistent, which is a big knock against it. Let's go ahead and jump out of the game to do the final review. I'm pretty not super happy with the game, but let's get back in the real world and discuss. Okay, well, that was unfortunate. I did enjoy some of it, but overall, I'm not really sold on the game. The controls were kind of awkward, especially trying to finagle jump with pressing on the trackpad and the trigger, and having to grab the item twice. Finagling things into inventory slots. You saw constantly I was making like a triangle of bread on the ground. Just it wasn't very intuitive on how to interact with yourself and the world around you, other than smash. Smash was easy. That was easy to figure out. There was no waggle to win, which was good, but there didn't really feel like there was any tactical anything. There was no parrying. Blocking was just a slight damage reduction. It didn't really feel like it came into play all that much. And with the just a few points of damage that were reduced, it didn't really feel like that would be more beneficial than just killing the thing twice as fast. It didn't really seem to have any impact where I hit monsters. I'm sure that monsters with shields got that same shield buff that I did, but I just feel like dual wielding a couple of weapons would have been more efficient than kill the enemy faster would be better than taking the damage from the block and killing it slower. You're going to take more damage over a longer period of time than just rush in there, kill it, and take half damage by killing it twice as fast. The placement of the inventory slots was really bad. Like having to reach way over here to get an inventory slot, or way back here, it just felt awkward. It didn't feel as good as like having Vanishing Realms all in the front at waist level. Vanishing Realms, you could adjust the height of it. It was just a better management system, and that was also just done by one person. So the two-man dev team isn't really a great excuse, in my opinion. The shoulder slots were abysmal. They were not shoulder slots. They were way, way, way up here. And the way that they were facing, they were just a flat 2D billboard. So when you're looking up, you're seeing it, just like a sliver of black, whereas the ones on the bottom, you get a nice round circle down here. The ones up here did not change to the angle that you were looking at them, so you're just looking at this flat plane that's very easy to overlook. And they only show up when you're holding down the grip. So you have to threaten to drop something to even see where your inventory placements were. The haptic feedback was very minimal, and I just didn't feel like it was enough. They needed better positioning, more feedback that you're on a position, and have it be a one-click thing rather than holding grip to drop it. If you're out here in the world, I liked that you had to hold the grip button for a certain amount of time before you drop a weapon, so it made it less likely to accidentally drop a weapon in the heat of combat, accidentally tap grip, and then you're unarmed. That sucks. Other games have done that, and it's been horrible every time when you accidentally drop a weapon and then you die. So I liked it out here, but when you're trying to stow something, you shouldn't have to wait a half a second to try and stow a weapon. That could also be life or death if you're trying to stow a weapon and get out another weapon. You've got your flaming mace and you've got a fire elemental in front of you, and you need to change to your ice sword really quick to do more damage. Purely hypothetical situation, but I mean, maybe you want to put that away and eat some food or drink a potion really quick and then grab your weapon out. I don't want to have to wait that long. I just want to boop, grab, drink, put, grab, and go. Not have to, okay, I put it away, and now I grab it. Just that delay is annoying and unnecessary. Um, some things, like the books, were just super low quality. The blurry text whenever I moved my head around, the set, I don't know. I just didn't really like the books. Um, the interactions, the floating panel above the book, it just looked super cheap and super bad. And I don't know if I've seen other games do it so much better, where it's actually text on the book. There's actually a page flip mechanic. Uh, Games that I am private testing that I'm not allowed to talk about do it better. I feel like I can't think of a game off the top of my head other than the one that I'm testing as a private tester under NDA. I can't think of another one off the top of my head that I can give as a good example, but like Left Hand Path, they have books that you read and they do it well. They don't have that floating panel over. It just feels cheap and cheesy to me. I really didn't like it. As far as gameplay itself, there was an overall lack of knowledge and a completely non-existent um, learning curve. So I don't know if anybody's ever seen the learning curve for MMOs. So you've got like WoW, which has got E, and then you've got other games that are a little bit stronger, and then you've got Eve that sort of goes up, comes back this way. It's got a cliff face with dead bodies falling off of it. It didn't even have that. It's just a straight line up. You either know these things or you don't. The text tutorials were almost useless. No one's going to go through and read that. It was just literally a wall of text that doesn't really show you anything. The tutorial itself, I felt meh. It wasn't super great. It wasn't super bad. It was just sort of meh. It wasn't fun. It wasn't interesting. It was following a ghost around. Why is there a ghost for the tutorial? Like, why was that a thing? It looked unfinished. It looked like a dev play area with that other stair that led up to the area that we couldn't get to. It was just meh. Meh is the best word for it. The biggest one for me, the biggest con, before we get into some of the things that I actually did enjoy, is that there's no overall progression. There's no reason for me to be going into this dungeon. There's no story. There's no outside of dungeon progression. All your gold, all your crystal, crystalline, whatever it was called, all of that stuff, all your gems and coins, gone every run. All your experience, gone every run. So there's not really a lot of purpose to going into the dungeon other than to experience the dungeon. And I feel that that would get pretty stale pretty quickly with no motivator. I want to know why I'm here. I want to know why I'm killing things, or I want to be able to get loot. Give me something. Give me some progression. Give me some meaning. Give me levels and ramp up the random enemies to my level. Give me slimes and skeletons and rats when I'm level 1, and when I'm level 30, give me dragons and ogres and trolls and bigger shit that feels more epic. It felt like it would be the same time and time and time and time and time again. And that gets boring to me personally. Maybe it's your thing, maybe you would enjoy it, but for me, that was probably the biggest detractor to fun, outside of just an overall lack of polish on the game. It is early access, it is just 2 devs, but there's still a lack of polish that I need to comment on. The things that I did enjoy was just the general idea of the game. I like the concept. I like going into a dungeon and having a good VR hack and slash. It just needs more fine tuning, more things like parrying and blocking and persistence and story and meaning and other stuff. Um, the enchanted weapons worked great. I wish they were explained more. In that what do the weapons do, what do the statues do. I forgot to touch on that in the negatives. Just there was a lack of information on that, on those sort of individual mechanics. But I did like that there were enchanted weapons that I could turn on and off. I wish that I could tell what the stats were on it without caressing my mace with both hands. um, I wish that that info screen said you have 20 of 25 charges left, or you have 30 seconds of enchantment of 60 seconds left on that info page. That would be nice, and not sort of just randomly have the enchantment cut out. And then, if I put it back in my inventory and pull it back out again, suddenly it's enchanted again, which happened a couple of times. And sometimes it would just go away permanently. So that lack of information was frustrating, but I did like that it was there. I liked that I could turn the enchantment on. So, I pull out a sword and fire up the fire. It felt cool. I liked it. The D&D stat system, strength, dex, con, int, wisdom, charisma. I liked that it was there. I liked that whole menu on my wrist. Really good take on a VR menu system. I could just at a glance see my health, my stats. There was no HUD that was constantly in the way, or I had to look down for it. Just boop, okay, I'm good on health. Boop, oh, I'm getting hungry. I liked it. Flipping through, taking a quicker look. I think instead of being landscape, if it had been portrait, I think I got those right. If I didn't, let me know, because I always screw them up. If it had been this way, where the information was, that might have been better. The same way that the health was going this way. If the resistances and other things were going this way, that might have felt better. Maybe give me an option to switch one or the other. But other than that, I really liked that wrist menu. The wrist menu was really cool. Mimics. I looked at the chest and I thought it'd be cool if this was if they had mimics in the game, and then it ate my face off. And I really I really liked that first chest was a mimic. So that was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, overall, Fadeholm is unfortunately at this point in early access going to get a thumbs down on the Steam reviews, just because of the lack of polish and everything I mentioned at the start of this sort of breakdown. It's just not enough there right now for it to be worth the $20. There's plenty, if you enjoy this sort of thing, if you enjoy just the random dungeon crawling and having all of your stats reset, if you don't care about persistence and you just want to run a dungeon, maybe. It's a so-so mixed bag at that point. But for me personally, I'm probably not going to pick it up until there's a few more updates. And since they're coming as slow as they're coming, um, that's also another reason why I can't really recommend it. If they were weekly updates that were meaningful weekly updates, then I might be a little bit more lenient on some of these things, as it is an EA access title. An EA access title. EA, rip in peace. Since it's an early access title and updates are months apart, um, even that alone is enough to give it a thumbs down at the moment. If they were more frequent, then I'd be a little bit more lenient. But as they're not much that I can do or say. If you enjoyed this review, that's going to be it. Please hit that like, sub, comment down below. Hit any one of the various supporting links down below, the Patreon, the Amazon. It really helps. That's going to do it for me, guys. Hopefully there will be more of these coming out in more rapid succession. I've got a long queue of developer requests to get through, and I would like to do at least a couple this weekend and get them out over the next week. I will see you guys in one of those next videos. Later.